So it's been a few days since iOS 18.2 has officially came out, and I wanted to kind of hit on a few more problems and some more issues that some people are having within this version of software. Now, number one, the big thing I will definitely tell you is that iOS 18.2 is an iteration of iOS 18. It's really only going to be getting better from here, so I do think that is one big thing to keep in mind. Otherwise, though, there are still going to be issues and problems within this particular version of software. Number one, it looks like a lot of people that are having an iPhone 10 or 10s, 10s Max, or an iPhone 11, 11 Pro, or 11 Pro Max, those devices are giving people a lot more battery drain than what it was before. So it looks like, for the most part, if you're going to go through and install iOS 18.2, for the most part, it looks like people who are rocking some of those older devices are basically still going through and maintaining kind of somewhat poor battery life. It's not anything super crazy, it's not terrible, but that is one thing that I did notice personally, and that's some other thing that people are still kind of talking about. Now, another thing that was upvoted quite a bit a few days ago was that iOS 18.2 was still pretty laggy for a lot of people. So if you were going to go through and install iOS 18.2, it looks like this version of software was still going to be fairly laggy, and that is kind of the problem that kind of ends up happening when you're going to go through and install this type of update. Of course, it's going to be buggy, it's going to have issues, but it looks like the lagginess with any update is going to be there, but with this one, it looks like that's another thing. Another small problem that some people were experiencing was that the flashlight was one of those things that some people were experiencing, that it was like a delay bug. So that was one thing that some people did experience. Again, not the biggest deal in the world, but that was one thing that some people did kind of talk about, was that the flashlight was kind of delayed. Again, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but again, if you're going to go through and install this version of software, that is kind of like a random bug to kind of have in this particular situation. So again, not the biggest deal, but another big thing. But finally, the autocorrect issues. Some people are still experiencing this type of problem. Autocorrect still is buggy. It's still like not working out well, and it's still giving people really weird experiences. That's been there since like iOS 16 or something like that. Looks like some people are still experiencing that, as always. There were some dynamic island animation issues within some, particular applications some people were experiencing. I have noticed this myself within apps like Uber and Lyft, but not specifically within iOS 18.2, but in other versions of updates. So I think just give it a little bit of time, maybe restart your phone, and that might end up fixing the problem. But keep your eye out for another iOS 18.2 update, maybe iOS 18.2.1. That should be coming out sooner rather than later. But in terms of that, those are basically the main changes that I've noticed, or the main problems some people are still experiencing. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.